Part 2. The Great Divide. It was a time of great turmoil, both in the United States and in the nations of Europe. The divide between those who supported the governmental state and those who opposed it was growing ever wider, fueled by the ongoing struggles and challenges of the post-pandemic era. In the United States, the presidential elections of 2029 were a turning point. 5 years had passed since the pandemic had swept across the country, leaving death and destruction in its wake. In that time, the United States had suffered through some of the darkest days in its history. And yet, despite the severity of the crisis, the country remained bitterly divided. The political parties were no longer focused on the country's well-being. Instead, they were preoccupied with their own agendas, their own ideologies, and their own quest for power. The issues of race, gender, opinion, and personal gain had become the driving forces of the national discourse, leaving little room for common ground or compromise. The divide was particularly acute between the supporters and the opposers of the governmental state. Those who supported the state argued that it was necessary to preserve order and stability, to protect the country from external threats, and to maintain the rule of law. They saw the state as the guarantor of the country's future, the foundation upon which its greatness had been built.
Christian of Emmanuel.